Hi. What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Lori? What's up, Delaware Tom? Yeah, I noticed, Tom, you really haven't been here, but that's okay. You're here now. That's what matters. What's going on? T Rose, it's good to see you. Oh, look, here comes Valeria. She hears me talking to somebody else and she's got to be a part of it. And she's going under my bed now. She knew I was about to kick her out. What's up, Undeniable Tarot? What's up, NY Greek? So yeah, a quick little update. Obviously, you guys, welcome to All Signs Tarot. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to be taking a look at what you don't see coming for this upcoming week. So September 14th through the 20th. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay as well. So let me know in the chat. Also, Lori, if you could let people know, like put in the comment of where they can book their super chat question so I can pin it. That would be awesome. Or Kinez or whomever wants to do it. Okay. Whoever does it first. Um, Something happened. So kind of funny, right? Astrology is so real, right? So I plug in a couple of nights ago, I went ahead and plugged in my charger to my computer, right? And Mercury and the sun were squaring Uranus in my eighth house, right? And I'm like, oh God, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like panicking, but I'm like, whatever, nothing's happening. Well, I guess something happened to like the power and it freaked my computer out. And then like there was like a spark on my charger. And then like it woke up yesterday and then it was fine after being down for a while. And then last night it broke again. So I also found out I've been using the wrong charger for like years as well. So I got to take it to Apple to kind of figure out what is going on. Oh, Ash, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, what's up, Birdie? Nice to see you. What's up, Nicole? So my computer is down and it sucks. So now we're just gonna try to do it this way. As always, you guys, if you want to book a super chat question, you can always go to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book there. If you pre-book or if you book right now with the next 5 minutes or so, you can get 20% off. So something to also think about. But Lori, if you could put that little link in there, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. All right, I had to make tea. I was like in a rush, so please just forgive me. All right, so what sign do you guys want to start with? Thank you. Let me see if I can do it. I never go live here. So let me see. Did I do that right? Yay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Lori. There we go. All right. What sign are we doing? Oh, wow. Somebody said Aquarius. Wow. I don't think Aquarius has won one yet. So that's cool. All right, so we're starting out with Aquarius today. Sorry, you guys, I'm not going to be able to have the signs, obviously, like I usually do. Okay, so you guys are just going to have to, my mods will let you guys know what sign we're on, won't you, ladies? What's up, Merva? All right, so let's do it. I also got a new tarot deck, which I'm really excited about. I'll make sure to link it in the description when I get out of here. What's up, Hillary? What's up, Awesome Blossom? Okay. All right, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Don't mind. This is my bedroom. Okay, let me see. I'm afraid to show you. You guys can see. It's my bedroom over here. Don't ask. I just rearranged my room, so that's why you can see my TV is like not. I can't watch the TV from my bed because I have to get it moved. What's the deck? It is this one, Agatha All Along. I went yesterday to get my computer fixed, and I was like, I was excited because my computer was working. Little did I know later that night it would break again. But I was like, yes, I'm gonna treat myself to Barnes and Noble. I'm gonna go get a new tarot deck. And then like anyway, so I got it. It's really interesting. I didn't see this till after I bought it, but it's like from Marvel television or whatever. I have the link. I have the link to that deck. It's on my community post with the reading that I did for this weekend. Your readings are always on point. Keep it up. Oh, Dylan, thank you so much. This view makes me feel like we're just hanging out. It's super comfortable, It's really comfortable. I used to live stream like this all the time back when I was just a live streamer and I just went up here and like talked for a living, like spoke for a like spoke for a living. So it's interesting kind of being back in this energy. Thanks, Gypsy. I appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with Aquarius and then we will move our way around. I like it because it's a little bit dimmer. I don't have that annoying light just like in my face. What's up, Ritu? Okay, so let's do this then. All right, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start my little event on Hipsy. Again, if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. I need to get my other tripod so I could put it back here so you guys could see the cards. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Okay. Let's see. Aquarius, you're in the energy of the Three of Pentacles for this coming week. So you may be collaborating, getting along with coworkers. What you don't see coming is the Ace of Swords, probably some kind of unexpected communication or some kind of idea. It could honestly just be yours. You could have some kind of eureka moment about something that you're working on, especially because you're in the Three of Pentacles energy. So if you are working on something, I feel like you could probably have a really bright idea, something like I almost want to say it could be very lucrative. Okay, your advice is the Nine of Wands. I feel like you guys have been striving for something for a really long time, Aquarius. Like there's something you've been striving for a really long time, like your ideas or moving forward, something that's really inspired you. And I feel like now it's telling you to push it further. Like there's another extra push that you have before you can get to the next level or before you can accomplish something. So let's see that Three of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Swords. I mean, you're very in your logical mind. I'm really not not surprised. And the King of Pentacles. So you're showing up as a masculine. Okay, something to think about. If you're a feminine, then you may be seeing somebody else's reading, quite frankly. But even if not, that Queen of Swords is still there. So it seems like you have somebody who's very supportive of you. Like, as you can see, that Three of Pentacles is here, which shows me that there's collaboration. And you have two court cards here, which usually can be representing two people. Okay, so court cards usually represent people. So it makes me feel like you and somebody else are working on something together. What is it? Seven of Wands, some kind of competition? Or are you guys competing with one another? If it's like some kind of this is weird. Feels very specific, so I'm really sorry. But if there's some like kind of competition that you have with another person, it feels like it's in good spirit. If this is somebody who's more supportive of your ideas and is trying to work with you, it feels like that's exactly what it is. Like it's very supportive, and you guys are working towards a common goal to achieve something. Even if this is a relationship, it feels more like worky. Okay. But it looks really good. Give me one more for what they're working on. Six of Wands. You and somebody else are maintaining some kind of level of success that you already have, or you're trying to figure out how to get there. I heard it's very personal to you. You and somebody are definitely on the same page in regards to a specific goal that you have. Some of you could be getting some kind of recognition with another person or because of another person this weekend. Like, for instance, maybe you are I don't know, an artist on Instagram. Okay. And so you post one of your things and another artist see it. Okay. And then they end up sharing your work. And that ends up getting you more followers or ends up you end up being more recognized because of it. And then maybe there's a collaboration, okay, something like that. If it's a relationship, it just feels like you both have a common goal to be able to work towards something that's going to end up likely being very successful. If you're this Queen of Swords, you're in your logical mind, you're making the right decisions, you have your head on straight. I mean, there's really nothing negative that I see. What you don't see coming, the Ace of Swords and the Death reversed with the Empress. Wow. What did you leave on the shelf that you were creating before? So, this is what I see with this, okay? Something is sparking an idea. Something is sparking your interest. It's something that you've had before. It's an idea you've had before. It's something that you've worked on before. And it's almost like you forgot about it and now you're remembering it again. And so with the Empress there, it can even be something like it can be something I don't want to say silly because it's not silly, but it can be something as silly as like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that skincare product that I used to use. I'm gonna use it again, da 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 da. And then you like have a freaking revelation. It can be something more creative, right? And I say that because the Empress is Venus, right? And so Venus can be about love and beauty and money and harmony. But I told you that I felt like it was gonna be something lucrative. And the Empress is abundance within herself. She is abundant. So I feel like there's something that you can make money from, maybe from the past. Tell me about that Death reversed. The Hierophant, maybe it's an old relationship. Maybe you're learning something. I'm wondering if some of you are learning something. Is that what it is? It feels like you guys are learning something. And I feel like it's gonna be lucrative. So if you guys are trying to learn something or you're thinking about educating yourself in a like maybe you want to take a tarot course, an astrology course, or something like that, like it's telling you to do it, in my opinion, because you're right there on the precipice of something. Tell me about that Nine of Wands, the Magician, the Page of Wands. I feel like you just need to do it. That's your advice. So the Nine of Wands is like you have that one last push before greatness, before you complete something. And the magician is saying that you have everything that you need in order to create that. You have the talent, you have the gifts, you have the abilities. So don't doubt yourself. If you find yourself doubting yourself, you're going to be the only one that fucks it up for you, honestly. Even if you're not confident in it, you need to know that eventually you will be. And confidence is created through the act of courage, and then you do something that scares you enough times and then you're actually genuinely confident, you know what I'm saying? So it makes me feel like you're getting a tip off here or you're learning something. You have more clarity in regards to something from the past that you seem to be bringing back up and you're grounding it now into reality, or you're learning something from the past that maybe you put down. So yeah, just be confident in Aquarius. I feel like it can really take you somewhere, and I feel like you have a lot of support from somebody as well. Okay. So, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that as the pinned comment in the chat. And I don't know if it's at the top or the bottom because I'm on my phone. So forgive me. All right, let's get a little tea. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to Pisces. Hey Sharon, I am not a professional astrologer yet, although I know quite a bit. I do offer it, but I offer it at a smaller price because I haven't finished my course. We have the Ace of Wands reversed for your energy, Pisces. What you don't see coming is the Three of Swords. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. 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 Oh. I wonder if this has something to do with that lunar eclipse in Pisces. Okay, the Ten of Swords for your advice. Just not doing it for you, huh? I feel like something is just not doing it for you anymore. Wah wah. That's what I heard. Okay, what's that Ace of Wands reverse? The Two of Cups. The King of Wands reversed. Oh God. You're showing up as a man or as a masculine. Okay. Reverse it if you need to. Ew. This might be reversed. Okay. Best way I can put this is there's a connection in your life that I think that you care about pretty deeply. It means something to you, but you are so void of humility, or you are s- so egoic, at least this week, that this person like doesn't want to be intimate with you, or you're ruining intimacy. Do you know what I mean by that? So let's say that you're married and you guys really have a really great affectionate moments. Okay, wonderful, we love that, right? But there are these moments in your arguments, maybe, or fights, where you won't allow yourself to come down off of your high horse to be able to actually have a mutual understanding, not just you being understood. And I think that's what we want a lot in relationships, right? We just want to be understood, but first we must understand another in order for that to actually happen in the way that we want it to. And so I feel like it's killing the intimacy. It's killing the intimacy in a connection, honestly. Why the King of Wands reversed? Strength. I do believe it's pride. I do. I think it's a lot of it has to do with pride. I think a lot of it has to do with weaknesses that you just simply need to work on, and I have them as well, right? We all do. And so I think that this is going to be more of a reflective week for you, where you have to look at it and be like, "Oh damn, why did I say that, or why did I act like that?" Or because if we can't be honest and open about maybe an issue of ours, whether it is ego pride or something more, then there's no chance to be able to fix it or to actually have the connection or the intimacy that we want. And I think that's what's going on with you personally. Okay. What you don't see coming. Oh yeah, you got a feminine here. Yeah. So Pisces, for some of you, if you're a woman, this could definitely be reverse, okay? Or a feminine. Um, I'm not gonna lie, you may get your heart broken a little bit this week. And I think it's because someone doesn't trust you. They feel like they can't be emotionally vulnerable with you. They feel like they can't be safe with you, or they can't talk about their feelings. It's like they can't. Why is that? The Nine of Swords, because they're always on edge. It's almost like this person feels like they have to walk on eggshells to try to not like hurt your ego. That's what it kind of feels like to me. And so it's there may be like a coming together or an unblocking of communication or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be what you want. It's like this person may try to open themselves to you, but they may resent you a little bit because they feel like you're just leading with ego, or you're shutting down, or they're hitting a brick wall, or you're stonewalling them or something. And so it makes them anxious. If I'm just going to put it in layman's terms, this person doesn't feel safe this week. Okay, so your advice is the 10 of swords, the emperor reversed. Listen, there's something about you. Have you ever like felt as though you needed to keep up appearances, or you felt like you had to keep on a persona because you were afraid of losing your footing, or you were afraid of being viewed as something that you don't want to be viewed as, even if it's your authentic self? I think that with that 10 of swords, it's telling you to let go, dude. Like let go of trying to control things all the time, or feeling like you have to, be seen as super masculine, or, whatever. I think you just need to let that go. And yeah, see, devil, you got to let that go. It's keeping you trapped. It's keeping you in this cyclical, like that that you honestly don't want to be in, man. I really think you would be happier if you just allowed yourself to kind of let the ego dissolve a little bit and let this person feel safe in your presence, like you're bearing something to them that means something. Okay. So for some of you, that was reversed. Anyway, Pisces and Frostwatcher, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question, get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. You'll see that in the pinned comment. All right, let's move on to Aries. Okay. Aries, you're the Nine of Pentacles reversed. That's your energy this week. Knight of Wands reversed for what you don't see coming. Damn. Okay. All right. Four of Wands reversed for your advice. There's a lot of instability this week. There's a lot of instability this week. Okay. Why the Nine of Pentacles reversed? The Two of Wands reversed. The Temperance reversed. Goodness gracious. You're having a hard time creating the reality that you want, at least this week, because I feel like you don't know what you want to create. I feel like there's an indecision or you don't know how to get from point A to point B. And I think a lot of it is due to a lack of planning. I think some of it is due to you feeling like you have to keep showing up in a specific way. And it's kind of like I was just telling Pisces, where you feel like you have to keep up a persona or you feel like you have to keep up with the Joneses, or there's something that you're doing in regards to that that is actually hindering you instead of helping you. And so it just feels like you need a little bit more balance in your life. Like, I don't know if you're just overworking and you're not really able to enjoy your life, or if you're enjoying too much of your life and you're not working, or you're focused too much on one thing and not another. But what this really needs to me is balance more than anything. Tell me about that Two of Wands reversed. The Page of Cups. Some of you are afraid to put more time into your creativity. Okay. And that could be having you like fall on one direction. So what do I mean by that? Like, let's say that you're a writer or something. Okay. But you're like, oh, I can't focus on that because I'm not gonna be able to make enough money, or whatever it is. You know what I find? And I know I need to take my own advice, right? But you know what I find is that when you actually follow your purpose, when you chase the things, I guess you could say, or pour yourself into the things that pour into you that make you feel fulfilled, usually things end up working themselves out in ways that you don't usually imagine. So I feel like there's something to that with you. For others of you, you could be feeling like, in regards to love, you could feel like you need to show up in a specific way that is actually not truly authentic to you, or you're feeling like you need to prove something in order to impress someone. Like, it's like you're these are literally the cards of doing too much. Like, it's literally like doing too much. And I don't think that you need to. And of course, we're gonna see advice, 'cause it feels like there's an insecurity that's stopping you from getting what you actually want. And that's like for everybody, right? What you don't see coming, we have the Knight of Wands reversed, and we have the Six of Swords, and then we have the Four of Swords reversed. You really need direction. That is honestly what I think. I think you're at risk for burnout. I really do. I think that you okay, so I know nobody gives a shit about me, okay? But I'm just trying to explain what I'm seeing here based off of my experiences in my own life, okay? So, yeah, just bear with me or don't, right? I remember I went to this party once, okay? And for some reason, when I am around people, or this is a pastime, honestly, I don't really do this anymore because I don't care. But there was a pastime where I always felt like I needed to entertain everyone. I felt like I needed to be the one to make everybody laugh, to make everybody feel comfortable. I needed to make sure I was always looking top tier, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what was going on in my life. And like when I would go to these social events doing this, I was so done. I felt like I had been wearing like a freaking costume the entire night. Like literally nobody told me to show up like this, right? And I realized that I was masking, and it was so exhausting because it wasn't authentic to me. You know, it was not authentic to me. It really wasn't. And there's something that you're doing that is not authentic to you that I think is driving you crazy. I think it's making you tired. I think it's making you exhausted to feel like you have to prove something to a person or to these people, something like that. And I really think that you need to find some peace. I really think that a lot of you need to take some R&R, some rest and relaxation, take a can spa day, you know? Because it feels like burnout to me because you're doing too much. I think you'll find that when you do less this week, it's actually going to benefit you, in my opinion. Your advice? Okay. Interesting. The Four of Wands reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the King of Cups. Okay. Mm. Why am I hearing troubled waters? Okay, interesting. Wonder if that's something to do with disruptive emotions, maybe, since water can represent emotion. I think you have a lot on your plate, or you think that you do. But really, I think it's you doing that to yourself. I listen, I'm not saying you don't have a lot on your plate, but I think there's something that you're adding to it. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, okay, let's say, like what I was telling you about, right? Like when I went to parties and I always felt like, oh, I have to entertain and I have to be pretty and I have to do all these things, right? It's like literally nobody fucking told me that I had to do that. Like nobody told me I had to entertain everyone, you know? And so what I was doing, I was making it harder on myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you take more of a cool, calm, collected, like mature approach to it, and you listen to what your emotions are telling you or what your heart is telling you, I guess, I think that's when you're going to see things chill out a bit or whatever you want to call it. It's almost like you have too much on your plate, but it feels like you're kind of creating creating it in your mind. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. Anyway, Aries, that's what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you guys want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can go ahead and head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. It is the pinned comment in the chat section. God damn, dude, it's hot as hell in here. These jeans are killing me. Can't even lie to you. What's up, Shay? What's up, Mojo? All right, guys, now we're moving on to Taurus, okay? Maybe I need to get a little sign back here. All right, Taurus, let's see what you got going on for this week. All right, Taurus, you are showing up as the King of Swords. For some of you, you may be a masculine figure. If you're a woman, you may need to reverse the roles. You have the Eight of Pentacles for what you don't see coming. Okay. And then we have the Page of Swords reverse. Some of you are working out this week, or you're starting like a gym plan or a new routine or a new schedule. Okay. For some of you, I heard that. The Page of Swords reverse is for your advice. Okay. I don't feel like you're doing that anyway. What's that King of Swords about? The Judgment. Okay. And the Three of Wands. I love it, honestly. King of Swords, Judgment, Three of Wands. I mean, you're thinking in expansive terms. You guys are thinking logically. For some of you, you may be getting advice from somebody who's a bit wiser than you on a matter. But to me, this is you guys owning your own truth. And there's a plan that you've made that you seem to be venturing out on. So the Three of Wands is about, okay, you know what? I made a plan and I put it out there. And now you're kind of either waiting on a return from whatever that is that you put out there, or this is you actually trying to think more expansively in regards to what it is that you're trying to create, what it is that you're trying to do. It seems to be a really big decision that you're making to venture out. Some of you are making travel plans. Some of you are being very honest about your path, or you're owning some kind of truth. What's that Judgment? The Lovers. Is it about a person? You know, with everything going on in like the news and the media right now, this makes me think of somebody who's like taking a stance. Like, you're taking a stance on something and you're telling your truth, or you're owning your truth about a specific matter that aligns with who you are as a person. It's like you're taking a stance on something. What's that Three of Wands? Eight of Swords. Where you've been stuck before, confused before, or you felt like you had to hide your opinions, or a partner maybe, like something like that. It seems like you're not playing in this uncertainty anymore. You seem to be knowing what you want. For some of you, if it's a relationship, you seem to be maybe either opening up some kind of line of communication, or you're being very honest with somebody else about how you feel and or what you think. Not really feel, but what you think about something. For some of you, you're bringing back a past lover, or you're bringing back a past conversation. It's like you're making plans with somebody, perhaps, or it's that you're taking a stance on something. Whatever it is, you're being very honest. Tell me about that King of Swords. The Four of Cups. Something disappointed you. And I feel like you maybe kind of got down in the dumps about something, but now you're being very clear, or you're being very forward thinking. You're trying to think outside of the box, perhaps trying to problem solve as well. It doesn't look bad, it just looks very intentional, very matter of fact. Hmm. What's that Eight of Pentacles? The Eight of Wands, the Star reversed. Some of you, it quite literally is about travel, okay? Why is the Star reversed? The Moon. Hmm. Something in regards to your work, your routine, your day to day, it seems to be moving faster than you thought it was, or there's some kind of news that you're getting about your work or your health or your routine. Something that you didn't have faith in. But I feel like that was more fear. It feels like it's good news, but it kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere. What is that 8 of Wands? It could also be a conversation that you've been avoiding around something that you've been working on as well, or something that you've been keeping to yourself. I feel like some of you were just going to say something without even really thinking about it. So expect a conversation with somebody. It may be a conversation that you or somebody else has been avoiding for a while. But it's interesting because it's like the star reverse can be where we're not really having faith in something. And I'm like, well, what are we not having faith in? And I got the moon. So we're not having faith in some kind of emotional conversation, maybe. Maybe that's why you're being so logical. There's not really any cup energy here except that 4 of Cups, which isn't like the best card. So it feels like you're being very matter of fact and you're kind of taking a stance on something very matter of factly. Mm. What's the advice? Page of Swords reversed, the 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles. Maybe it's something financial. Obviously you're responsible for your own financial decisions, okay? But I would not make any impulsive financial decisions or any uneducated financial decisions. um because I feel like you may end up kind of going based on some kind of assumption or something like that, and I feel like you need to ask more questions. Like, for instance, let's say that, I don't know, maybe you have a financial advisor or an accountant or something, and you're just like, oh yeah, like I can afford this, I'm going to go buy this, and it's like, no you can't, or there's something like that. Tell me about that Page of Swords reverse. Okay, I had to pull an extra one from a different deck. 2 knights are clarifying that Page of Swords reverse. So this makes me feel like you could be assuming something, or you don't have enough information on some kind of financial or health matter that you want to take action on. And it's telling you that you need more information before you make this decision. Mm, That's interesting. All right, that was a weird reading. Anyway, Taurus, thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. That link is in the pinned comment. All right, let's move on to Gemini. What's going on, Gemini? How's it been with that little taste of Uranus in your sign? We have the Justice card. We have the 8 of Cups for what you don't see coming. And then the 10 of Pentacles for your advice. Okay. What's that justice? The Wheel of Fortune. Some of you are winning a legal battle, or at the very least winning an argument. 3 of Cups. Okay. You are totally in alignment. You're totally in alignment. You are making decisions based off of your higher mind as opposed to getting lost in the details. You don't feel like you need to push or press for anything this week. It seems like you have a lot of support, people around you that give a shit about you, people that care about you. You're making the right decisions for yourself. You feel totally, totally in alignment. Some of you are receiving some really good karma this week. Damn, what did you guys do? Some of you guys are receiving some really good karma this week as well. What's that Wheel of Fortune? The Chariot reversed. You were forcing something before. There was something that you were forcing before and you stopped doing it. And because you stopped forcing that thing that you wanted, it's now coming in this week. Tell me about that justice. The Fool. I want to cover this because she kind of has her naked butt out, but the Fool on the justice. This is like a path you haven't really ventured out on before. There's something that you're doing, a decision that you're making that's kind of brand new. It's very innovative. And I mean, that makes sense with Uranus in your sign. The Fool is Uranus. Tell me about that Three of Cups because I'm curious. Ace of Pentacles. There's like a new money making opportunity. Oh, listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now because I see this 10 of Pentacles here for your advice. And because I see this Three of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles, you are going to either meet new people this week, or there's people that you already know that are either going to invite you to something, or somebody's going to try to reach out and collab, or it's a DM, it's some kind of get together. Go to the event, answer the DM, do the thing, because that's going to lead to something bigger. You may not see it in the moment, but it's part of some kind of good karma. Okay, I heard something that you did in Libra season last year for some of you. Okay. I wonder if this has something to do with that solar eclipse in Virgo that's happening on my birthday on September 21st. Huh. The Eight of Cups, for what you don't see coming with the Six of Cups, okay, and the Seven of Pentacles. Is this Gemini walking away from something and into something else? Yes, the world. That's exactly what it is. There's something that was an illusion, and I think that's why a lot of you guys were just like, "You know what? Whatever." Like, you guys just kinda, like, gave it up. You're like, "Alright, I'm not gonna try to push this anymore or force this anymore," you know what I'm saying? And so now you're walking away from that thing, and because of that, I feel like you're going to meet a friend. There's definitely connection here, and it's funny because I posted something about this on my community page. Anyway, so there's some kind of connection here, and it's more than just it's more than skin deep. And there's camaraderie. I don't know if it's necessarily romantic. It looks more friendshipy or collaborative. There's a financial element to it. It feels like somebody's giving you an option to choose something, to invest in something, or somebody invests in you. And it's allowing you to close out something that wasn't working for you anyway and to start something new. There's an accomplishment coming. There are going to be eyes on you or something that you've been working on. I'm hearing like the Six of Wands. You have the Two of Swords on the Ten of Pentacles for your advice, and you have the Nine of Cups. So there's something that you can have, but it's between the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. But who's saying that you can't have both? I know Geminis love that, right? Who's saying that you can't have both? And so there needs to be a focus on responsibility structure, on what you want long term, like what you're going to base your life on. Like, what do you want to be known for? Who are you? Who do you want to be? And also, what makes you happy on an individual level? And follow that. Okay. Wow. Well, I would say best reading so far. Okay. We still got a lot more signs to go, but Gemini, best reading so far. So thanks a lot, Gemini. I do hope that you guys will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. You can find that in the pinned comment. You're welcome, Shay, anytime. What's up, Carrie? Give me 1 second. Cool. So let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. Cancer. What's up, Derek? God, I kind of like this. What's up, Vanessa? I kind of like this little, I like the phone vibe. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. Let me go ahead and shuffle these really quick. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. These water signs. What about them? I love water signs. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it if you could. Thank you so much. What's up, Kikori? What's up, Mad Mal? All right. All right. Cancers, cancers, cancer, cancer, cancer. Okay. Cancer, your energy. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Love it. The High Priestess for what you don't see coming. Okay. You're going to get a download. Ooh, the Tower. I love the Tower card on this. This is so dope. The Tower for your advice. Hmm. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. Cancer. What the hell is this? Okay. Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords reverse, and the Queen of Wands reverse. Well, you're definitely starting something, learning something, putting a lot of effort into something, maybe someone, but it feels like more around you. You're not feeling so confident though. I think you're working on it. I think you're having a hard time asserting yourself. You know what it feels like? There's nothing wrong with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is fabulous. The Page of Pentacles is all about learning something, really, putting in the groundwork to be able to build something that's going to last, right? It can be about education, physical health, all of those things. So I feel like there's something that you're working on, and it feels like it is around your, I don't know, performance, or around your confidence, around your sense of leadership. There's a lot of that kind of going on. But so I don't know in what way you're working on that, but you are. I just think it's one foot in front of the other kind of thing. So for instance, if you're like, oh God, I just feel like crap about my body, and I just hate how it looks or whatever. And so you're like, okay, well, let me educate myself on nutrition. Let me hit the gym a little bit, in order to rebuild that or build to that confidence again. What's that Five of Swords reverse? The Hermit reverse. Mm. I really want you to be cautious of how you're thinking about yourself this week. Okay. Because it seems like you have the desire, and you actually are putting in energy towards what it is that you want, especially regarding your confidence and being a leader, whatever, right? But you may get into this funk, which I see a lot of Cancerian people do, where they can go from like being really like squishy and lovey to being like, oh, I hate my life, or like they get in a mood, right? And like, God bless your little hearts. I mean, your ruler changes signs like every 2 days, so like I can't really blame you guys. But you may get into this kind of negative self-talk where, maybe it's super dramatic, like you start calling yourself a loser in your brain, right? Or you go to the gym and you're like, oh God, look at everybody else. They look so, I'm never gonna get, be careful of that, because what you think is who you are. And so I really need you guys to be cautious of your thought life. Why is that Queen of Wands reversed? Oh, that's what it is. You guys feel like you haven't made it to the place that you want to make it just because it's taking a little extra time. Give yourselves a little grace. All you can do, listen, now, if you're mad because you're not getting any results in the gym, but you're going 1 day a week and you're eating like shit, then like I'm going to tell you, you got to get it together, right? I mean, there's just no way around that. But if you're actually trying and you're putting in a gallant effort and you're being super hard on yourself like that, you got to chill, dude. You got to relax a little bit. You're a human being. Just chill out. Just like it's a conscious decision, but in order to make the decision, you must be aware of what you're making the decision about. So if you are catching a negative thought in your brain, it's about being like, okay, what was that and where did that come from? Right. And then reprogramming yourself to not think that way. Like, I have a really bad problem with thinking that I'm not of value if I'm not being productive. Oh my God, I didn't go live today. Oh my God, I didn't post today. I'm a loser, like that. No, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just not true. Right. So, um, yeah, try to be careful of your thought life. Okay. What's that high priestess? Mm. So, you guys might get like an unexpected financial responsibility this week. Okay. And I feel like it's unexpected for some reason. Because I have the High Priestess, I have the Four of Pentacles reverse, and I have the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And now a lot of it feels more like some kind of download. Okay. It kind of feels like you're having some kind of spiritual download. And I don't usually talk like that, right? I don't like shut the fuck up, honestly. Like I just can't sometimes. But you guys, it feels like you're having a spiritual download. Okay. There's something that you're doing. Maybe you're meditating. Maybe you pull out some tarot cards, something like that, where it makes you realize, oh, you've been so hard on yourself. Because that 10 of Wands is clarifying that high priestess, or maybe showing in ways that you have sabotaged yourself in some way. Okay. In ways that maybe you took on responsibilities that weren't even yours to take on. And you're like, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? So now for others of you, this could be someone else in your life. Okay. Where somebody here may make a bad financial decision and you may be asked to help or something like that. Okay. But it feels a lot about the past and like just thinking about the past and having a lot of downloads about the past. Like I remember when I finally stopped drinking alcohol and like when I stopped drinking alcohol, after a couple months, dude, I soared. I couldn't believe how good I was doing. Okay. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I've put off my potential in my life for all this time. And I wonder where I would be now, right? But I can't sit here and feel sad about it. Sure, I can have a moment, right? But it's like there's nothing I can do about that now. All I can do is keep moving forward and try to be the best that I can. And I feel like you guys may be having a moment about that as well. Yeah, see, I told you. It's like negative thinking. It's like negative thinking. Look, Tower, the Sun reverse, the Knight of Swords reverse. There's a negative thought life that you have that isn't working for you. And the only one that's lighting that tower on fire is you, bitch. Like, I'm not saying you don't have problems. I'm not saying you don't have problems. I'm not saying that you don't have issues. But I think that once again, you're making something worse by the way that you're thinking about it. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that, like, if you just had your whole family died and, like, wow, you're such a negative thinker. Like, no, okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. But you guys have to be cautious of your thought life because this way of thinking, this lack of optimism it's not working for you anymore. Taking this passive role and just allowing this big blanket of darkness to suffocate you for hours on end this week, not working for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there are better ways to go about it. And I feel like for some of you, if you're writers or if you're creatives or entrepreneurial type of people, like do those things. Make that energy work for you, right? Okay, I'll get off my high horse now. Okay, thanks a lot, Cancer. I hope that you guys will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You will find that link as the pinned comment in the chat. Okay, you're welcome, Kikori. You're welcome, Michaela. Anytime. Why looks good on you? Thank you. Calories go by hitting the gym. Is that like a rhetorical question? I don't know what you mean by that, man. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Leo. Okay. Oh, Leo, Five of Wands. Okay. For your energy. Hangman reverse for what you don't see coming. Okay. What's up, Michael? Ace of Cups reversed for your advice. Aw, thanks, Sammy. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, let me not be, you know what? I'm a Virgo and I'm a sixth house stellium. Uh, please forget my judgy ass face. Okay. Five of Wands. I got my moon in my first house, guys. I can't help it. The 10 of Cups reverse. The world. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. I'm not really hating on this at all, honestly. Like, the shit happens. The Five of Wands, the 10 of Cups reversed, and the world. Feel like you're having a little bit of drama. It's either in a relationship or a family matter. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I think that you are maybe complaining or upset because you don't feel emotionally supported. You may have somebody else that's approaching you, telling you that they don't feel emotionally supported, yada, 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 right? And so it can get to this point where you feel like the arguments or the conflict just isn't really going anywhere. And so it's kind of like, you know what? Let's close this out. There's something that's completing in a positive way, and it feels like it's the conflict. It feels like a resolution, and understanding that the support that you and somebody else want from one another is likely just going to take some work. It's going to take some patience, right? Because you have to think the world is Saturn. Okay, so the world being Saturn is, it's patience, it's hard work. Saturn gives you the reward after you've done the work, after you've really put in the effort. It's not just gonna be like, oh, good, you took your first step, and it gives you like $1 million. That's not how Saturn works, right? So there's something here about that. Tell me why the Five of Wands and the Ten of Cups reversed is here. Say it could be over money, okay? Or it could be feeling like somebody may be saying something like, "Oh, I feel like I always pay for, our dinners when we go out to eat." Or it can be, "I feel like I give more in this relationship than you do." Okay. Quite frankly, for some of you, it can just be that somebody owes another person money. Okay. For a small few of you, that can be what it is. What's that world? The strength card. I feel like this conflict, it's going to be more annoying than it is serious. If anything, it's going to strengthen the connection that you have with another person. That's what it looks like. We're on Leo, you guys, by the way. Sorry, I'll get if I start doing these live streams on the phone, I'll make sure to get like a little sign for you guys. It is going to strengthen the bond though. It's positive in the end. So let's take a look at that hangman reverse. Okay. The star. Oh, I see. You and somebody else seem to really have a different perspective on things. So I'm going to be honest. I feel like you guys are getting enlightened. Okay. I feel like you guys are getting enlightened about something. And it's not going to make sense at first, but it's going to make you understand. It's going to make you understand another person. And I think another person is going to understand you as well because of it. I think that where there's been some stagnancy in a connection, or maybe even in regards to a dream, some kind of hope or wish that you have, which can also be about a relationship, you're having a lot of clarity around that. Um, and you seem to be able to move forward because of it. It seems like your faith or your hope is being instilled in a particular area, especially after a long time of just feeling like it was going nowhere or was just being very stuck. What's that Ace of Swords? The Two of Swords reversed. Something that you've either been avoiding, something that you couldn't see, right? You take a look at the Two of Swords in traditional Rider Waite tarot, you're going to see that she basically has a blindfold on, or she can't see shit, basically, right? She can't see anything. All she has to do is take off the blindfold. It's like nobody's stopping her, right? In that Two of Swords card in the imagery. And so this is when you understand something, you see something a lot clearer, and it's making you be like, oh, you know what? Thank God. It's like good news. It's like an understanding of something. It's actually a beautiful read because it's like one thing to have conflict with no resolution, but it's another thing to have conflict and have a better resolution, or a resolution that you never even thought you would get in the first place. You have the Ace of Cups for your advice reversed, the Seven of Cups, Four of Wands reversed. Again, it's like a fog. It's like a lack of clarity in regards to a situation. And for some of you, it can be that you have been um not seeing things clearly. Once again, it's like not seeing things clearly, and you've been draining yourself. How do I explain what is the best example I can give you with this? You're like draining yourself on how you want things to be, and instead of just seeing something for what it is, and it's creating a lot of instability, because it's like you could be potentially wearing some kind of rose colored glasses, or living in a fantasy, or living in like an unrealistic vibration, something of that, like something like that. And so it's asking you to make the conscious decision to be realistic, either about someone or about yourself, and make a choice based on that, because it's keeping you stuck. That's what's keeping you stagnant, is the way that you're seeing something, in my opinion, from what I see with the cards. Okay. And like we've all been there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not bad. There's resolution. So it looks good to me. So that's what I have for you, Leos. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link. It's going to be the pinned comment in the chat. Okay. Let's get another little shuffle here. And we're moving on to Virgo. What's up, Kels? That's what's up, Dylan. I mean, Virgo to Capricorn here. Virgo all the way to Capricorn. That's who we have left. Virgo, happy birthday. You're showing up as the King of Cups. So if you're a feminine Virgo, then you may need to swap the roles. What you don't see coming is the Empress. Okay, careful of getting someone pregnant or getting pregnant. And the Chariot. We have Scorpio, Taurus, Cancer. All right. Okay. Tell me about that King of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Emotionally, you're getting on the same page with somebody. There's understanding, and there seems to be some cooperation and some understanding of one another. And this all doesn't have to tie in together as one particular situation, but you seem to be in love with someone, or at the very least having very strong emotions. You're very stoic, you're very emotionally mature. You're getting along with your coworkers, you're getting along with anybody you're having collaborations with, or maybe just your partner. But that 10 of Pentacles reverse tells me that something that has been a long time established isn't really working for you anymore. What is that? The Four of Cups. Where you saw yourself going before, what you thought you didn't want, what you thought you did want, you don't seem to want it anymore. And it feels like it's a particular dream or vision that you had. Something seems to be changing. For some of you, it can be around a relationship and you and somebody trying to get on the same page, but something may need to be reworked here. For others of you, it can be around like an at home business or something financial where you're not really happy with how things are going on the financial front. Maybe something in regards to loans, just finances in general. It almost feels like you are unhappy that this one thing didn't work out. But it's like you have so much to be grateful for, but you're like focused on the one thing that didn't work out. Mm, hmm, okay. What is that? Something financial or something in regards to work. Something financial or something in regards to work. Okay. Mm. What's that Empress for what they don't see coming? The Three of Swords. The King of Why the Three of Swords? The Two of Cups. Oh my goodness. One more on that Three of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles reverse. Oh man, it almost feels like, especially if you're a masculine, it almost feels like you are brokenhearted because you feel like you can't give somebody what they want or what they're worth. That's what that looks like to me. And the reason why I say that is I saw that there was like, it's almost as if you felt like you haven't worked hard enough or you don't have enough money or something in that regard. And then there's this Empress here. And I don't know if this is an established bond or if this is somebody new, but I feel like you're seeing yourself as the King of Pentacles and you're seeing this person as the Empress, and you're almost thinking that you don't have enough to give them. But I don't think that this person sees it that way. And you're feeling almost like you need to prove something in order to feel valuable. But I think that you're just fine as you are. And I don't think this person is viewing you in that way. It looks to me like you're, um a little low on self-esteem maybe, but I mean, you're showing up as the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles. You're very supportive. Like you're very supportive. And it doesn't mean that you can't grow, but I don't want you to like devalue yourself in the process of trying to be the best person that you can. This is actually a really sweet reading. I'm really not mad at it. Don't sell yourself short, Virgo. That's what I want to say. This looks like a masculine's read. Okay. So for my ladies, we need to reverse it. Because you're looking at this person, right? The Empress is like the creme de la creme. She's the creme de la creme. She's the top tier. She's so creative and she's so beautiful and she's so earthy, right? And it's like, who doesn't want to be with the Empress, right? But you're like, I don't know if I can live up to what I think this person is. It's something like that. but you're really trying. And so I think that's the best that you can do. It'd be one thing if you're like, yeah, I don't give it about you, like bye, right? And you're just like soaking it up and not giving anything in return. I don't think it's that. Oh, that makes me this is such a sweet, endearing reading, honestly. I know some of you ladies that are dealing with a Virgo man are like, you're lying. He's a bastard.. I get it. I've been there. But not from what I'm seeing. Your advice, the chariot, the seven of swords, and the justice. What's that seven of swords? Grab control, like grab the reins is what I want to say. Like you want change, you want to be the best that you can be. We love that, but appreciate where you are as well. Cause I see this like not feeling good enough or feeling like you failed in some way. Great, you failed. That means you tried, right? Great. Now we're going to move on from that. And now we're going to continue to try until one day we don't fall and we actually achieve, right? And so that chariot is telling you to move forward, take the reins, take control of what you want, and do so with strategy and do so with a clear head. And don't be afraid to talk to this person about it, about your fears, about what it is that you want to do, etc. And I feel like you can really make some headway if you do that. If you grab a hold of those reins or you take control of your situation and you try to do so with strategic force and in a way that is justified, in a way that is balanced, making the right decisions, things like this, you will see the growth that you want. Okay. So, for some of you, this is reversed. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about how the cards fall. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book there. It will be the pinned comment in the chat, the link. You're welcome, Birdie, anytime. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Libra. The Eight of Cups reversed, Libra. The King of Wands for what you don't see coming. Oh boy. The Emperor for your advice. Okay. All right. What's that Eight of Cups reversed? The Queen of Cups. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I just did. The Six of Cups reversed. You just can't get over it, huh? I get it. I get it. I'm a Venus and Scorpio. I can never let go. You know what I'm saying? Eight of Cups reversed, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups reversed. You are in love and in your fucking feelings, quite frankly. Nothing wrong with that. It's a pretty good vibration. I mean, besides the Six of Cups reversed, I just think that there's likely some bad blood there. Libra, I think that there's some issues. Um, you may be holding a bit of a grudge from the past between you and another person, but I mean, nonetheless, it can't be so bad because it seems like you're returning to this person. Don't shoot. Okay, I'm just the messenger, right? But I mean, I feel like you're doing it for the most part in a very emotionally balanced way. It doesn't feel like you're crawling on your hands and knees across broken glass to get a kiss. Like it's nothing like that, dude. It's just like you're returning to someone, something that you may have walked away from because you love them. Even though there's some bad blood, it's like, I think what you really crave is a lot of depth and intimacy right now, at least this week. You crave some depth and some intimacy. And I mean, with Mars in your guys' sign right now, I mean, I see a lot of Libras trying to take initiative. Tell me about that 6 of Cups reverse. The Judgment, I'm telling you, it's a reconciliation from the past. There's a revisitation of something. I heard, "I just can't help myself." I don't know if that's you or your person. Okay. I don't know who that is. Okay. I feel like it's you, but reverse it if you need to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It just feels loud. Why is it so loud? It feels way deeper than I think it is. Intense, visceral, all consuming sometimes, or has been. But you guys just keep digging up this dead body, but it's real when you dig it up, you realize it's been buried alive. Sorry, sometimes I can be hauntingly morbid. Tell me about that King of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Lovers. You got somebody Libra, I'm so tired of you guys always stealing this damn show on my channel. You guys are always stealing this damn you're always stealing the damn show on my channel. Um, wow. Okay. Somebody loves you, boy. Okay. This is somebody who is taking initiative in regards to you. I think you're returning the favor. Okay. Um, this is somebody that feels like you're more than just a partner, or you were more than just a one night stand, or you were more than just a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or you were more than that. And this person seems to be stressed about you. And somehow you find out that they're stressed about you. It's like you figure it out, you find it out, or they tell you, and it like makes you happy a little bit. Tell me about that Nine of Swords, the Death card. Like they were stressed about a potential ending or some kind of change in the connection, or they don't want it to be dead. They don't want it to be done. And it's very interesting that we have the Judgment here with the Death card. The Death is about endings, change. The Judgment is about waking up whatever was dead. Wow. Okay. Your advice. Go. There's a lot of masculine energy here. We have the Emperor, the King of Swords, and the Four of Swords reversed for your advice. I heard, are you ready? What are you telling them to do? Or what? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. So it is the other way. So I thought so. So with that Emperor and that King of Swords, to me, this is telling you to let this person take the lead. Fall back. Ask, what are you asking Libra to do? I got the Wheel of Fortune. Let it happen, baby. Don't force it. Don't try to push it. What's up, Mia? Don't try to push it. Don't try to force it. Don't do any of that. Be the Empress, right? You and Taurus share that card. Be the Empress. Let it come to you. Pour into yourself, attract. They'll figure it out. They'll take the lead. You have to give a man the opportunity to be a man, right? If this is a man, okay, or a masculine person, give them the opportunity to show their masculinity. If this is a man, men want to be useful. They want to please you. Okay, not all of them. Some of them are just absolutely toxic. Okay, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about this person. I feel like they need to be given the opportunity to please you. I feel like they need to be given the opportunity to court you, given the opportunity to take initiative, to lead. Okay. Damn, good reading, Libra. Shit. Ooh, I don't know if Gemini wins this one or Libra does, but the air signs are kind of killing it. I don't think Aquarius was too good though. So that's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link. It will be in the pinned comment. And always, if you guys want to book a personal, you can do so on my website at violettaalexis.com. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. Six of Swords reversed. Okay. So that's your energy, which you don't see coming. The Temperance reversed. All right. Let me see. Eight of Swords for your advice. All right. What's that? Six of Swords reversed. The Three of Wands. Mm, the Knight of Cups. Okay. You are wanting to move forward with a plan. And I think that's what you plan to do. I think that you plan to move forward, Scorpio. I think that there's something creatively or in regards to love that you're wanting to expand on and explore. And I think you have the capability to do so. But for some reason, it's like you are stuck. It's like you're stuck between being stuck and expanding or moving forward. What's up, CODIS? So Scorpio, I think that this can be about creativity. I don't know. I need to see what that Six of Swords reverse is. The night you lack direction. That's what it is. You lack the direction. Do I go here? Do I go here? Because that's what your advice is, the Eight of Swords. You think that you're stuck, but you're not. What are you asking them to do here? Seven of Wands. So this is like basically saying if you don't get your ass up there, and show people what you're made of, like nobody's gonna know. Or it may be that you're uncertain on whether or not you can compete for something, or whether or not you can get a promotion, or whether or not you can build this YouTube channel, and you're like stuck on the thought. All it is a thought, honestly. Like a lot of the obstacles I find that we think we have in our way are a lot just a lot about just self-creating them. We have self-created these obstacles. A lot of them are usually due to our procrastination, our fears, our backwards thinking, our insecurities. And not I'm not saying that there are not some obstacles out there, yes, but most of our obstacles can really be fought by removing most of the obstacles that we have in our minds. And I think that's really where a lot of your obstacles are coming from. I think you're going to get over it. I do. I think that you're going to overcome that. And it seems like you are in forward motion. You're expanding on some kind of plan that you had or have in regards to love, or creativity. The night, you got to think about the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can be like the poet. It can be the actor, the actress, the filmographer, whatever the hell you call it, the photographer. It's that kind of thing. So I feel like I'm speaking to either Scorpios who are in love or care about somebody very deeply, or I'm talking to Scorpios who are very creative, or maybe both. Okay. Real quick, some of you are focused on how you can get like some quick immediate validation as opposed to following what your heart is telling you to do. Okay, for some of you that can be it. What you don't see coming, we have the Temperance, we have the Two of Wands reversed, and we have the Eight of Wands. Well, guess what, buddy? You're going to be pushed anyway, whether you like it or not. So this reminds me of, I know nobody cares, but it's just how I read. Okay. I have always been terrified of water, still am, not gonna lie, terrified of it, don't like it. I just like water signs. That's about as far as I go. But when I was little, I was absolutely terrified. I was like, I'm not going in that pool. I know that there's sharks in there. Fuck that, right? Wasn't gonna do it. Then one day my dad just pushed me and he would not let me come out until I figured out that there were not sharks in there and that I was fine. And I knew how to swim, right? So I feel like you guys know how to swim. You think that something is going to be a lot worse than it is until you don't have the choice but to be thrown to the wolves, basically. And that's that. I remember one time, my grandparents they owned a restaurant and they were down a waitress, and I was like 17. I had never waitressed in my life, and they're like, "We need you to go, bye." Threw me to the wolves. Did incredible, honestly. I made everybody so much money. So it's probably going to be something like that. And it's about you needing to come out of your comfort zone instead of feeling some kind of fear. It's okay to feel fear. Fear is great because it helps you be courageous and act on that courage or act on that fear. Um okay, 8 of swords, page of cups reversed, the magician. Okay. Scorpio, you are not a victim. Listen, we've all been victims at one point, but whatever this is, you can absolutely do this. You have the talents, you have the gifts, you have the skills, you have the abilities, but you keep telling yourself, "Oh no, I can't do it," or "I'm not good enough," or "No, you actually are." And if you give yourself a chance, I think that you would figure that out. Okay. So, Scorpio, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. You are going to find that as the pinned comment in the chat section. Okay. All right, dear. What's up, LJ? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and move on to Sagittarius. I have to cover the fool because it's her naked ass on there. And yeah. So we have the fool for your energy. Love the fool. Okay. Ace of Wands. Super new. Super, super new. And the Page of Wands. All new energy. Man, talk about a reckoning here. This is totally breaking free of your past circumstances. You are on fire this week. Let's see. Tell me about that fool. The Six of Wands. Damn, dude. Wow. The Hierophant. Really? Okay. So, I mean, you're on a new adventure here and you're breaking free. You're on a new path. You're ready to be adventurous. You're taking the wisdom from your past with you and you're taking it along this new path, this new road to success, which is essentially the Six of Wands, Sagittarius. So, the Six of Wands, it's like you're getting some kind of recognition, maybe a little bit of fame, recognition, a pat on the back, something in that regard. About the Hierophant, it can be around a relationship, but it seems like you're being applauded for something that you know, something that you believe in, your values, things of that nature. Maybe you're teaching a course, or maybe you're speaking out in public around something that you believe in, something that you know, and you're getting a lot of recognition for it. Maybe you end up making a TikTok or making a YouTube video, and people are like really impressed. I mean, Jupiter, your ruler, is in Cancer right now, which is exalted. So, like, if you were going to do some shit, right, then this would maybe be the time. Tell me more about that Six of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. Interesting. It's almost as if you're being validated for something that you didn't feel validated about before, where you felt like you didn't have enough to contribute to the conversation. You felt like you didn't have enough to contribute to TikTok, or you felt like you didn't have enough to say that was valuable. But you're going to find this week that that is not the case. It's like it's almost like you are making people think outside of the box in a way that it's so interesting, right? Because you see the fool and the hierophant, two totally different energies. The fool is Uranus, so it's about breaking free, it's about change, the rebel, being different, out of the box, going on the path less traveled. And then you have the hierophant, which is like conventional and tradition. And somehow you're bringing these two worlds together. Who says you can't wear black to a wedding, or who says you can't be a Christian and be in a polyamorous relationship? I don't know, right? There's something here. It just feels very, I'm not saying that's what it is, but there's something here where it's like you're getting people to think differently, but you're being applauded for it for some reason. Anyway, I don't know what it is. It's really cool though. Okay, Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles reverse. You're going to have an epiphany about where you've been investing your time and energy and how that hasn't really worked for you. And with that Ace of Wands and that Three of Cups, there's some kind of new group. Like, yeah, let me give you an example of what this would look like. Okay. So maybe you decided, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to invest my time on YouTube anymore. And now I'm going to go onto TikTok and I'm going to tell people how I feel. I'm going to tell people how I think. And you do that, you spark some engagement and you get like 10,000 followers overnight, right? Something like that. And it introduces this new line of people towards you, or, you end up meeting like a new group of people that you really vibe with or whatever. And it's inspiring, but it's because you're inspiring someone else. You're getting some kind of recognition essentially. Your advice, Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. What's the 10 of Swords? The Moon. Fear, needing to end fear, doubt. It almost feels like you need to get over yourself in some area of your life. I think with that Page of Wands, the Page of Wands is about starting fresh. Even if you're not confident in what it is that you're saying or doing, like you'll just kind of pick it up or find it along the way. Um, mm, Tell me about that Two of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. Okay. Stay curious this week. Like, I want you guys to stay curious, ask questions, right? I feel like you know a lot, but I also don't think that you know it all. I think that you guys are needing to educate yourself in a specific direction to continue on some kind of path. For others of you, it can be telling you to create that thing on social media, write that blog, send that DM, whatever it is, because I feel like it's going to lead to something greater, but I do feel like something else is going to have to end because of it. But man, talk about breaking away from your own chains. Mm. What I just want to say, what's that Seven of Pentacles reverse? The Nine of Cups reverse. You have been investing your time and your energy into something that's not even for you or something that you don't even want anyway. So it's like, why continue? So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. All right, let me do some shuffles and then we're going to move on to Capricorn. Said hi. What? What's up, Randy? Why are people saying said hi? I don't get it. Aw, thanks a lot, Jason. Have a good one. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's move on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Timestamps will be in the chat. I mean, they will be in that pinned comment because Lori is just that awesome. Right. I'm like, said hi is a bot thing. Okay, well, I did not buy bots. So unless somebody bought bots for me, I did not buy bots. What's up, fragrance therapy? I don't get it. Like, what are the bots? It's the new format, LLV. It's the new format. The app YouTube gives you an option to press say hi. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, because I don't know what it is, but I didn't buy no damn bots. If that was the case, I'd have like 1,000 people in here, okay? It's like people are like, "Do you have fake boobs?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I would have got them a lot bigger, okay?" But well, I said that when I was younger. I don't feel that way now. If you guys have not liked the broadcast, please do. If you haven't shared, I would be happy if you did. Thank you. Dead hi. Like, okay. Sounds good. All right, Capricorn. Let's see. Okay. Well, you're gonna like this. The Ace of Pentacles. Not mad at you, buddy. Ace of Pentacles for your energy. Okay. The Nine of Wands for what you don't see coming. Okay. What's up, Ender? And the Devil. Well, that's just you, baby. The devil for your advice. Okay. I feel like this is all about you. Tell me about this. Damn, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. Okay, so straight up, some of you are apologizing. Okay. But what's that Five of Cups? The Five of Wands. Okay. There's some argument from the past or some kind of drama from the past that you're regretting or that you're thinking a lot about this week. What is it around? What was the fight about or whatever? The Six of Wands reversed. Just drama. Just drama, some kind of unwanted attention, I feel. But you seem to be focused on it a lot. You're thinking a lot about the past. The Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles is here, which tells me that you're planting seeds in an area that's going to be fortuitous for you. So, there can be a new project that you're starting. Maybe you're doing something new at work. Maybe you're educating yourself on something to make you more money. I know you guys love to hear that, right? All our signs do. So, and the thing that you have has potential. The thing that you're working on has potential, but it feels like you've already built something and you're trying to evolve yourself into whatever that thing is. So, but you're also creating something new at the same time. And I say that because the Ace of Pentacles is the first one in the Pentacle suit. And then the Page of Pentacles is the first court card. And the Page of Pentacles comes after the Ten of Pentacles. And then we evolve from the page to the knight to the king and or the queen. Okay. And so there's something that you've completed in your life. You've taken it to the next level. It's established. You've worked on it. Maybe you have really lost a lot of weight and now you are, I don't know, training to become a professional trainer or personal trainer. This is just an example. But also on the side, you are starting a nutrition business. Okay. It can be something like that. Whatever it is, it's viable. It's something that can help you financially in the long run, but there's a lot of focus on something that you feel like was dramatic or some kind of pointless conflict in your life, or maybe something that you were fighting for that really wasn't for you. And you may have felt like, I don't know, you wasted a lot of time putting energy into that or something to that effect. Just be cautious of where you're putting your attention this week because I feel like there's a lot of potential here. And you may end up directing your attention into something you really can't control anymore, and all you can do is move forward. So just be cautious getting lost in the past. I don't feel like it's too serious. Okay. So we have the Nine of Wands for what you don't see coming. Okay, the Emperor. Wow. The World reverse. Some of you are getting an old job offer. There, if you're not this Emperor, okay, this can be somebody who's standing up for you, and it may be unexpected. So for instance, let's say that there was some kind of drama in the workplace, okay, let's say that there was drama in the workplace. You go to work this week, and then somebody talks some shit about you or says something, and then you find like the person that you least expected, maybe it's your boss, it's somebody that has some level of authority, is like, okay, you guys want to talk shit about Capricorn? Let's talk about it, right? And they actually end up standing up for you or something like that. This can be somebody who is fighting for you, and it doesn't like have to be literal. Like they're, putting on their shield and taking, unsheathing their sword to fight in your honor. Okay, I'm not talking about that. It's not like a duel, like in the office with Dwight or whatever. But it seems to be. Tell me what that world is. How about that world reverse? Oh, is it love? Okay, well, all right. Okay. So if you are this Queen of Cups, all right, the Queen of Cups reversed is the Queen of Cups in the upright is clarifying the world reverse. There may be somebody who's taking initiative in a way that you really didn't expect. This is somebody who could be an Aries, or they could just be somebody who is very determined. They could have a position of authority over you, or this can be somebody who is just in authority in their life or their career in general. And they seem to be fighting for this relationship with you for some of you. And you definitely have unfinished emotional business with this person. This can be somebody you're still in love with and that's still in love with you. If this is not in regards to actual romantic love, then it just feels like somebody is helping you fight for something that you really want, something that you're attempting to achieve that your heart is latched onto, but you're not going to expect it. It might come from a person that you least expect. You have the devil for your advice. Okay, you need to take action. Like, you're the devil, Capricorn, okay? And it's like you're either fantasizing about something or you're once again you're stuck in the past, right? We saw that. You're stuck on like woulda, coulda, shoulda, sad, blah blah, right? We've all been there, okay? But and I feel like it's something that your heart is attached to, whether it's like a creative endeavor or an actual person. It's just telling you to open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth, move forward. Take action towards said thing. Closed mouths don't get fed, right? It's something to that effect. Empower yourself. I feel like your power is in your words for better or for worse this week. I know it's not the most fun when your ruling planet is retrograde in a sign that it doesn't like in an anaretic degree, Saturn and Pisces at 29. Okay. But you'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Saturn and Pisces is also about emotional maturity. And it's also about where we can be too overly compassionate sometimes or too overly giving. And we need to put up those boundaries. Pisces can sometimes be like, where do I end and you begin? And it can be too compassionate. It can be asking you to get a hold of your emotions or to be able to um, address your emotions in a more mature or thoughtful, conscious way, potentially as well. Okay. But someone that you don't expect is going to stand up for you or is going to help you fight for something. Okay. Well, that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. If you want to book a personal full reading, you can do so on my website at violettaalexis.com. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you guys can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. You can find that link. It is the pinned comment in the chat. Okay. You're welcome, Randy. What's up, Leo? Of course. What's up, Chris? All right, give me a second. I gotta pee, and then we're gonna do super chat questions, okay? But I gotta pee. I've had to pee like this whole time, to be honest. So give me one sec. You're welcome, Vanessa. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? In like a freaking stand or something. Sound is good. Sound is food. Can be. All right. So now we're going to do super chat questions, you guys. Let's go ahead and see here. So we have number one. I'm going to answer super chat question number one. Okay. So for number one, I'm going to ask or answer your first question about your boss. Okay. They're not really trying to fight it. There may be a little bit of an intimidation for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It seems like they're feeling a little defensive about it. The hangman, they feel like there's nothing that they can I don't know why they would want to, but it feels like they're trying to open their perspective, let go and let God. It's kind of seeing how things will go without trying to fight it or put on the brakes. Because the seven of wands reverse is when we're not going to try to put up a defense or push back about something. It can be where we're a little intimidated or we're just kind of like not fighting against or for something per se. And the hangman there is about just needing to maybe he may feel like he needs to make a sacrifice because of this or he's just willing to see something maybe from a different perspective. The queen of wands, is this why he's intimidated? Oh, okay. This person sees you as a leader. They see you as very confident, like you're a leader. They may even find you attractive. Okay. Doesn't mean that they're gonna try to sleep with you or something. I mean, maybe, right? But hmm, how interesting. Okay. Why the 7 of Wands reversed? That's what I wanna know. It just seems like he's uncertain with that 8 of Swords. Like, he's uncertain about something. It's almost like he's assuming something. He's assuming something that's making him feel some kind of way about it, number 1. Tell me about that Hangman. The Justice? So he's willing to give himself up to the idea that this might be the right thing to do. He's willing to do that because he sees leadership qualities in you, in my opinion. He feels like you're very confident, but I also think there's something about that that makes him feel some kind of way. It just feels like it's up in his own head, really. It's not anything you're doing exactly. Okay, we have the question number 2 about the career. Okay. Okay. So let's see how it looks. Chariot reversed. You might start to feel a little out of control. The Hierophant reverse. There may end up being something very unconventional about this. Like, it may feel like it's not super grounded. It could feel like it's a little unconventional. I want to say make sure you're grounding yourself in regards to this career. Okay, because there you may start to feel a little I don't want to say fearful like you're living in a scary movie, but a little maybe you're lacking direction a little bit, or there's maybe a little bit of confusion. You may kind of lose your courage along the way because you start to second guess your knowledge on a matter. What do you want her to do in order to get what she wants? Okay. Be careful of taking on too much, is what I want to say with that. Number one. Okay. With that death card, or she, with that death card and that 10 of wands, this can be saying be cautious of taking on too much. Not everything is your responsibility. And so just be careful with that. I do think that things can evolve in a direction that you like, but I feel like it's also telling you to prepare for things to get heavier or things to become a lot. It makes a little bit more sense with the intimidation now that you said what you just said. Like, obviously, if you're working with somebody, you're going to have to take a lot of responsibility on. Just make sure that you're not making it harder on yourself by taking on responsibility that isn't necessarily yours. Um, but I feel like you can get to the place that you want to go, but it's going to take a lot of endings in your life and changes in your life as well, whether that is external from you or internal. And it's going to be a lot. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Thank you so much, number one. Obviously, best of luck. All right. Now we have number two. Aw. Okay. Let me see. Show me only the good things coming to this person in their love life for the rest of this year. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Maybe you meet somebody at work, but the Seven of Pentacles is usually somebody who's incredibly invested in you. They feel like you're worth investing in. The Five of Swords. There seems to be a very strong determination that somebody has to make it work with you. It feels like this person is willing to invest as much as they can. in order to make this happen. It might feel a little like they're coming on a little strong, but the Seven of Pentacles is also about slow and steady wins the race. Although it can feel like this person is a little trying to rush it a little bit, and it's just because they're so determined to get an investment back or something in that regard. Okay, the Nine of Swords. Well, I mean, at least you have somebody who's stressed about you, you know? I guess it shows that they care, right? Three of Swords. If you're somebody who gets anxiety a lot or you're somebody who worries, this can end up being somebody who invests in you enough where it feels healing to you. It feels like a safe space, it feels like a safe place. Okay. So if you're healing from something now, if you've had a lot of things happen to you in your life, I feel like this person can make you feel seen, heard, and understood. Thank you, number two. Then we have number three. Okay. So about your business endeavor, King of Swords. I would get some advice from somebody who's smarter than you, right? This book I have, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I think one of the best pieces of advice I got was hire people smarter than you. But other than that, I feel like you may have somebody that ends up taking you under their wing, or you can end up learning a lot from another person that really helps you make definitive decisions. I think that you'll start really thinking outside of the box the more that you educate yourself in regards to your field or what it is that you're trying to produce. And the Ace of Wands, yeah, super like brain on fire is kind of what I'm funny because I have a brain, I have a, I have a book that's called Brain on Fire right here. So, okay, excuse me for pulling out I don't know why I'm pulling out all these damn books. But they're just right there. So I feel like your brain's going to be on fire. I feel like this is likely going to spark something else. Like, I don't feel like this is just one endeavor. I feel like this is going to inspire you to build on this or build apart from this or with this. So, yes, I think that it will be successful and you're going to get new ideas because of it. Okay. I wanted to pull some advice here. Make sure that you have definitive plans in place. Like, make sure that you have a very structured plan in regards to what it is that you're trying to do. Don't be fearful of coming out of your comfort zone with this or doing something different. Don't be afraid to experiment a little bit. With that strength reverse, the strength reverse for advice can be like, sometimes we're a little too quick on the draw when we need to have a little bit more restraint in regards to maybe maybe you build like a Shopify store and you build everything and then you're like, well, where are my sales? And it's like, well, maybe you need to put out some ads, right? And then you're like, well, I'm just going to shut it down because it's not working. Give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose patience. Don't get frustrated because you feel like something isn't coming fast enough. So this is asking you to practice a bit of restraint and understand that it's going to take some planning, some honest to God brainstorming and planning, and you're going to have to think outside of the box. You're going to have to come out of your comfort zone. And I think that this is going to lead to a new way of you thinking as a whole and specifically in business endeavors. Thank you, number three. Then we have number four. Okay, so let me see how this person is feeling about you, number four, or feeling for you. Mm, What's that? Six of Pentacles reverse. Mm, they feel like you're really smart, very intelligent, somebody that they really can't play with, like in a negative way, like they can't really like lie to you like that, things like that. But it feels like it's making them a little apprehensive. Be careful of this person maybe taking advantage a little bit of your time or your energy or maybe money, financially, something along those lines. Because they may end up trying to take advantage a little bit. What does this person want with her? The 10, I don't know if they're really wanting to commit like that. 10 of Pentacles reversed. To be honest, I would be careful. Like, don't give this person any money, or, don't give more than what you're getting just in this particular scenario, okay? Because it feels like they're, I don't know, like trying to take advantage. Let me pull some extra cards. Will he pursue her in the near future? Three of Pentacles reverse. You guys don't really seem to be on the same page. There's something about finances here, or there's something about unequal give and take. And I think you're going to get to a point where you may feel like this isn't really reciprocal, or you guys just are not on the same page. You guys aren't really getting along. You don't have a similar goal. So that the 10 of Pentacles reverse would make sense as to why that's there, because that Three of Pentacles reverse is there. I don't know. I mean, obviously not my favorite one of your reads I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean it can't improve. Just be cautious of that. Okay. We have number five. Oh shit. What's up, number five? Okay. All right. Let me see the opportunities that are opening up for you in regards to love in the next 3 to 6 months. Four of Cups reversed. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. The Sun or a Leo. Wow. Okay. Um, This to me, this can be somebody that you've been on the outs with potentially. Somebody that maybe you felt like didn't appreciate you, something in that regard. Or this, if this is somebody new, then you may feel like this is somebody who didn't really notice you at first. Okay, if you are dealing with someone new, you could feel like they're a little bit more reserved, very much about their money, very much kind of about themselves and taking care of themselves, and that's good. They're very confident in who they are, but regardless, I feel like they do see you. I feel like regardless if this is somebody new or old, they're there. They seem to be quite committed. They're very independent. They're very secure within themselves, with who they are. You seem to make them very happy. They could be a sun in Capricorn for this Queen of Pentacles and the Capricorn energy to be there. They don't have to, of course, but it's good. It's somebody who has that edge of I know when to work and I know when to play. You know, I know when I need to get my ass in the gym and go to my job, and I know when to kick back and have a little fun. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of person. It seems like somebody who wants to commit to you or is committed to you. They're grateful for you, I think, with that Four of Cups reversed. I think that you're grateful for them as well. What about life in general in the next 3 to 6 months for my number five? Seven of Swords, High Priestess. I feel like this is you watching tarot. You know what I'm saying? And the Hermit there. You're kind of in the cut, dude. Like in the next 3 to 6 months. I don't know what's going on in your chart astrologically, but you're kind of in the cut a little bit. There's a lot of I feel like you're watching tarot. I feel like you're watching tarot. You could be doing a lot of meditation, focusing on your spirituality. You're just kind of keeping it low key, if I'm going to be honest. So it's interesting that this person is kind of showing up. So I don't know if they're already in your life. And I say that because it feels like it's a lot of alone time, a lot of strategizing, a lot of listening to your intuition, a lot of listening to yourself, a lot of understanding who you are through esoteric matters. Maybe you're getting your natal chart read. Maybe you're getting your tarot cards read. Maybe you are meditating. There's something that you're doing that is more on a path of self. So, and the reason why I was like, well, how did you meet this person? Because it seems like you're so low key. So now I'm wondering if this is like somebody that is already in your life, maybe. But nonetheless, it feels very quiet, very certain. Advice, Judgment, and the Seven of Cups. You're needing to be honest with yourself about a choice that you need to make. This is either that you need to have a bit of a reckoning or a wake up call in regards to something that is essentially an illusion. And so this is asking you to see something for what it is, potentially. This can also be saying that there's some kind of fantasy that you have, or maybe some dream that you have, but you're needing to bring something back from the past, or you're needing to take accountability to make that fantasy a reality. Okay. So, for instance, if I'm trying to write a book, okay, maybe I started writing a book 6 months ago. And then I ended up kind of putting it on the shelf and forgetting about it, but I still fantasize about being a published author. Well, if I just sit there and I don't do anything about it, it's just a fucking pipe dream, right? Excuse my French. It's just a pipe dream. It's just up in the air. It's not really grounded in reality. So it's like, well, if I really want to be that, then I need to be honest with myself about what it is that I want. So I'm not saying it's a novel. I'm just saying something for you. Okay. Thanks a lot, number five. I appreciate you always. Always good to see you. Okay. Numero six. Wow, great job. Oh, you're so welcome. Wow, that's crazy. Making me look like a slacker over here, number six. Okay, let's see. Is this going to benefit this person in the long run? Be patient. Be patient with this. It's going to take time. I think that you're going to lay the groundwork. It's going to be slow and steady. But I feel like if you do it enough times, it's going to be a takeoff moment. You're gonna know exactly what you're doing, because that Knight of I mean, Knight of Pentacles is so slow, right? But the Knight of Pentacles takes its time, it's patient because it knows that it's laying the groundwork for something that's bigger. And I feel like because you have two knights here, you have the Knight of Pentacles and then you have the Knight of Swords, which to me, we have the slowest knight and then we have the fastest. So something that you work up towards. And then I feel like one day you're just like, oh, like a light kicks on. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, what good can come out of this? The King of Wands. Damn. More confident, taking more initiative in your life, being more entrepreneurial. And it's because of the discipline that will somehow lead to ideas, that will lead to courage, that will lead to more confidence, that will lead to you becoming a leader of something. Okay, that was weird. I felt like that was just a channel. Can I get some advice? The Six of Cups. I heard don't forget your vulnerability. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why the Six of Cups would. I feel like there's somebody here that is very supportive of you, or could be, or something like that. With that Six of Cups, I feel like it's telling you to take that initiative on that connection. Could be a friend with the Six of Cups here. I feel like you don't realize it right now, but you're clearing out something from the past, like a more nostalgic childhood thing. Like, for instance, I used to drink because of all the stuff that happened to me when I was a teenager that really fucked me up. And I realized that that's what that was. And so it was almost like I was able to once I got sober, it was like I kind of was able to like reclaim that part of myself again. Do you know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Thanks a lot, number six. Then we have number seven. Okay. I see. Okay, sorry, I'm reading it a couple times, number 7. Let me see this person's true feelings for you first. What are this person's true feelings for number 7? 4. Page of Cups. This person admires the shit out of you, I would say. They admire you a lot, probably more than you think. I mean, this is not like the Page of Cups is somebody that, you know, wow. You know what I'm saying? So that's there. You may have a creative relationship with the 3 of Cups. This person still considers you somebody who's a good friend, somebody they care about, somebody that they admire, somebody that they adore. I mean, the 3 of Cups is literally the friendship card. The Page of Cups can be like the crush. The Page of Cups can be, um, the person who adores you, who admires you, who stares at you when you're not looking. Who takes pictures of you in your most random moments just because they think you're beautiful, kind of thing. You know, this is somebody who feels like they can talk to you about anything. They're trying to decide what to do, is what that looks like. They're like, okay, well, do I just forget this? Or, which I don't think they'll be able to do. Can you tell me about that 2 of Wands? The 5 of Pentacles reverse. They want a reconciliation. They want to open the line of communication. Oh, this person cares about you. I mean, I'm sure you had your reasons for ending things, but this person cares about you. I'm kind of like, if I'm honest with you, number 7, I'm kind of like interested as to, like, did you doubt their feelings? Because I mean, they're certainly here. What does this person want with number 7? Let's see, the lovers. Damn. So it's deeper than that. They have their feelings, they have their admirations, they have their understanding of you and feeling like they can talk to you about anything, but they seem to want more than that with that lovers there. Lovers is like the intimacy, the connection, the conversation. It's the rarity. It's the rare connection out of them all. The lovers is not, to be very, very clear. I don't enjoy when people take the lovers as lighthearted, because it's not. It's a very rare connection. This is what this person wants to explore with you. Can I get another? The Knight of Wands, and there's a this card is so funny to me. They also want to have fun and they want to have laughs. I'm really not getting a bad vibe, like, at all, honestly. Like, not even a little bit. Okay. Um, is there a chance for this to come back around? The Page of Wands reversed and the Ace of Cups. There's more than just a comeback around. I feel like there's the potential for something authentic and true and vulnerable. But the Page of Wands reverse is like, what are you waiting for? Right? Is it just gonna, like, slip from your fingers, or, like, what's going on here? So let's get advice for you. Advice for number 7, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Temperance reversed. Okay. What it's asking you, like, what are you holding on to that's kind of like throwing you off balance, or what are you holding on to that has caused you to lack patience with this person, lack patience with yourself? Um, because I feel like you can create something, but it's a need to evolve, or it's a need to overcome something that has already ended, which may be something of your own coalition, or it may be something within you, or it may be a stage in this connection that needs to evolve or change, and it's telling you that it's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. That's what I got for you. Thanks a lot, number 7. Best of luck. And I keep forgetting to tell people to leave me a review. If you can leave me an honest review on Hipsy, if you're feeling good, that would be great as well. Thank you so much, number 7. Of course, you don't have to. uh number number 8. I'm sorry, but this is like the funniest. This is like the funniest fucking super chat ever. Okay, number 8. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but that like, why did you write it like that? That is so funny. Like, how can I not laugh? Okay. All right. What is this person's feelings for number 8? King of Pentacles, the Fool reversed. Why the Fool reversed? The Moon reversed. This person is like still here or showing up or committed, or there's this energy of wanting to give to the connection. The King of Pentacles is like the provider, right? And so there's still this energy of wanting to give to the connection or showing up or uh wanting to at the very least. But the Fool reverse clarified by the Moon reversed, well, it's either this pulson this person is apprehensive because of some kind of fear, or they may feel like your emotions are a little like unstable maybe, and that's what is scaring them. Or it's that they're scared themselves, and so they're making reckless decisions without any thought of it because they don't know how to handle their emotions. But I don't think so, because the King of Pentacles is here, which is a pretty fucking stable ass energy. So it makes me feel like there's more of an apprehension because they either don't want to reveal something, or there's a fear here. What does this person want with my number 8? The Ace of Swords, they want to talk to you. They want to tell you a truth. They want to have a conversation. They want to exchange ideas. They want to cut through something. I'm going to pull you an extra one. What's that Moon reversed? The Page of Swords. There's a fear of something that they saw or something online, but it seems like they're suppressing something. Okay. It's almost like, something that they wanna talk about is, like, weighing on them. That's what it feels like something that they wanna talk about, something that they want to discuss, it's, like, weighing on them. Like, it just feels exhausting. So, I don't know what that's about. It's not, like, bad, but it's not, like, great. It's just kinda weird. I don't know. Thank you so much, number 8, I really appreciate you. Okay, alright. I think we are okay, what the hell are you talking about? My goodness gracious. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, can I end this now? How do I do this? Why is it not letting me? I'm going to lose my freaking mind. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys so much. Please have a gorgeous night. What's up, Leah? I love you. As always, you guys, I am going to be available on one Hipsy calls and chats all evening, or at least until 9 p.m. So if you guys want a one-on-one text or a phone call with me, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Obviously, you can find that link. It is pinned in the chat. It is a pinned comment by Lori. And if you guys want a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to Kinez. Thank you to Lori. Thank you to Complexity. Lori, thank you so much for doing the timestamps all the time. That means the world to me. And I hope that you guys have a good one. Thank you for joining my vertical live. Bye, guys.